Hey. Y'all don't see anything? Y'all don't, can y'all hear me and see me? Can you hear me and see me? Oh, y'all, I'm sweating like a dog. Hey, husband. You can hear, okay, all right. That's a little glisten. She's glistening. Okay, so we have the goal. Hey, when y'all came in, I hope you already liked the video. So if you didn't, click out, like, click back in. And this is our goal. I think I'm nervous because sometimes things happen. Hey, y'all. Hey. Oh, God, let me wipe my sweat behind this thing because this is a little bit too much. Hey, Spanky, y'all back from Vegas? Y'all behave yourselves. Yay. Thank you, Martha. Hey, Linda and Blue Emerald and Gloria and Jesse and Aunt Wanda. Yes. Y'all, it's hot up here. We're going to have to get this fixed. This is not lotion, honey. This is sweat. Hi, Velda. Hey, Tessie. Hey, Teresa. You can't see or hear, Mary. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So let me pull my hair back or something because I'm about to catch on fire. Y'all don't want me to catch on fire, do you? But like, you know what? I was watching Delonda and she literally caught on fire while she was on live. That would not be good. That'll do. Okay, hold on. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's hot. Milo is hot. Come say hi to the people right quick. I'm going to let y'all say hi right quick. Thank you, Kelly. I'm going to let y'all say hi to Milo right quick before I put him. Oh, thunderstorms in Pennsylvania. You want to say hi to the people? You got to tell me he had an ear infection. He had to go to the vet. He has an ear infection. He had been scratching his ear. Get a fan. I might have to. He had been scratching his ears a lot and then crying. Say hi to the people. You say hi to the people? Say I had an ear infection. You had an ear infection? Yeah. Say hi to the people. Say I had it. Oh, you burping? Excuse you. You say hi to the people? Say hi to the people. Hey, Elizabeth. This is Milo, his husband. Put you down. Hey. I know. Make me a fan. It's so hot. Give me a fan right there. So should be fan. Okay. Y'all, I am sweating like this. I don't know why. I think it's just maybe nervous. Like, okay. We are getting ready to go over the sublimation DTF hack. And I would say that of all the questions that I get asked about this is my film won't go through the printer. And remember, this is a hack. So your film is technically not supposed to go through that printer because the film is supposed to be used with the DTF printer. Y'all don't know why I'm sweating like this. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, we're going to try that again. All right, so let's look at materials first. If somebody comes in late, let them know what the goal is. He's going to give me a fan. Let them know what the goal is, but let's look at materials first. Hey, Andrea. So in terms of materials, I'm going to be using the Welliser DTF powder. Everything that I'm going to refer to is listed below the video. I'm using the Welliser DTF powder. I'm also using Welliser DTF film. Their film, it doesn't say Welliser on it. Should be able to, yeah, put it right here. It doesn't say Welliser on it, but this is the one that I use. I am not Elizabeth. Those are shenanigans. Hey, Dims. Thank you for being here. So this is the only film I've ever tried. And you know how like when you try something and it works, there's no need to try anything else? That's how I feel about this. There is no need for me to try another brand because this brand works. You stand in front of the fan for 2 seconds, y'all. Thank you. Oh, that's so good. Okay. So that brand works. I'm also using, and I know this is not ideal. It's a roasting pan, but this is what I use to put my film in after it's printed. So when the image goes through the printer and it comes out, hey Mary Ellen, it's gonna come out and the ink is going to be like super wet, and you'll see that in a minute. But once I print it and it comes out, I've immediately put it in this pan so that I can sprinkle the powder on it. Okay, this is just what I use. You can use something more fancy. You know, if you have something that's like super fancy, you can use whatever works best for you. But I just use this. I know they sell them smaller than this and they come with a lid. This right here is just butcher paper, so that when I'm finished with the powder, what I do is I just fold my butcher paper like this, and then I pour it back in the bag. Okay, so that's that in terms of materials. The ink that I use is Hippo Sublimation ink. Now, if you've been following me, you know I used to call this Hippo for years. Not years, because I've only been doing this for 2 years. For maybe 1 full year, I called this Hippo, but it's Hippo. And I didn't know that until they started putting a little Hippo on the box. Because on their original box, which is this, there was no Hippo. Okay, so can you do DTF on a tumbler? I haven't tried that. You say one of the Cricut boxes. Okay. Hey, to be young, gifted, and bright. So that's the ink that I use. You don't have to use that kind of ink. I'm using my Epson EcoTank 2760 series printer. You'll see that. And I'm also going to use 1 sheet of parchment paper and a Teflon sheet. Okay, so, oh, and my heat press that I'm using is the HTVRONT. Now, some of you might not even know that I have that heat press because I don't use it very often. But in my opinion, and I'm going to say in my opinion a lot because it is, it is in my opinion. In my opinion, this heat press works really well for this because you can let your image hover under that and you're going to get good, even heat throughout the whole image. That's just my opinion. Now, yes, I can do it from this heat press right here too, but of course I would have to like hold it so that it hovered over the image. Okay. So how y'all feeling about that? Hey, from the UK. Quick adventure. What do I think of it? I think it has a lot of nice features, Elizabeth. I think it has a lot to offer if that's something you need. You know, one of the biggest things that they are, you know, really saying about it is that you can, you know, print and cut really big. Well, you can cut really big because it's still a cutter. It's not a printer. But what you have to know is that if you cut really big, you also need to have a really big printer. So that's And in my opinion, it's not for a hobby crafter. That's for somebody who has a business and they're going to be making sales. But if you're just doing occasional crafts or you're doing gifts for friends, I don't see needing that. But if you are in like business and you make big signs and you're trying to always piece them together, I think it's good. Loosen the clamp pressure and all the way and bring it down. Yeah, I won't do that. You have the clamshell. Okay, so y'all good with that? How y'all feel about that? So in terms of materials, you have the film that I showed you. This is the Welliser. I'm using the Welliser powder. You can use any powder you choose. And I guess there are different types of the DTF powder. I really haven't paid that much attention because I'm going to keep using what I know that works. I'm going to be using a gray shirt. This shirt is a Gildan. It's a Gildan heavy cotton. Okay. Gildan heavy cotton. I have the tray. I showed you my heat press. Teflon sheet. I'm using parchment paper. You might also want to have a pair of gloves just in case the powder gets on your hands. And if you feel uncomfortable or safe or unsure about using this powder, you might want to wear a mask. I'm not going to wear a mask, so y'all can just pray for me. Now you can be praying for me throughout. Like, Lord, I'm praying for Delonda's lungs. Okay. I am wearing a Christmas in July shirt because this is what we're making. Okay. All right. So y'all feeling good? Hey, Carla. So, I made 2 of these. If you saw the original tutorial, I made this one and I also made this one, right? And if you saw my wash update, because somebody's going to say, how does it hold up in the wash? Remember I told you that's how y'all sound? How does it hold up in the wash? Right? I've washed this. I've washed both of these. I wear them because I have to wear them in order to wash them, right? So it's like a real true wash. I'm not just washing clean clothes. Where's my little? Okay, all right. Hey, Liz. So I've washed this multiple times, and as you can see, it's held up nicely in the wash. Thank you, Courtney. Dempsey, am I lying though? Am I lying? How does it held up in the wash? That's how y'all sound. Okay, so, and you see this one already. All right. So now we're going to go over to, let me give y'all disclaimers all along the way. Hey, Rondria. Let me give y'all some disclaimers all along the way. When I first did this tutorial, Cricut Design Space had not made any changes or updates to the allowable size for print then cut. So when I made this tutorial, I made it and I uploaded my design to Microsoft Word because I wanted it to be big, okay? How does it hold up in the wash? Yeah, I should. It should just be a picture of y'all, all of y'all on one shirt. That's what I should do. Hey, Tracy. So I'm still going to go back to Microsoft Word, and I'm going to pause all along the way to give you a chance to like take notes and to make notes about my printer settings, because the printer settings that's what trips everyone up. Like, y'all can get to the powder part if you could ever get the film to go through the printer, right? Okay, Nakia. Oh, the heat president. Okay. Hi, Ty. All right. So we're going into Microsoft Word, okay? How y'all feeling about that? This is my Christmas in July project. Hey, Memo65. Hey, Zilda. Okay. All right. And so if somebody, oh, you're looking so cute. If somebody comes in late and they're saying, what are we doing? Y'all can tell them Delonda's finished sweating. Now we're going over to Microsoft Word. Hey, Brenda. Okay. Baby, I was sweating. Y'all ain't say nothing. Yeah, nobody said nothing. Should be ashamed of yourselves. You're probably not. They're not. Nope. They're not. They're not. You know they're not. Sweating. Just too much. Okay, so let me share. Let me click hide. Let me change the settings so y'all can like see it. Full screen. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna like start a whole new document, okay? I said we're good. Okay, so I'm gonna start a whole new document from scratch so you can like see it. Okay? Why am I Ernie, they make me fuss. They make me even when I don't want to. Hey, Dee. I don't want to fuss. They make me do it. Okay? So I'm just gonna go to like new blank document, right? Okay. Let me see what y'all see. Hopefully it's showing up as new blank document. It's not. Of course it's not. Let me stop screen and then we will present again. Share screen, entire screen, window, like that. Well, let me do it like this. All right. How's that? It's glistening. Not Russ. We're not doing it, Russ. We're not on that. Okay, so now I'm in Microsoft Word. Let me bring my view up a little bit. Is that a good view? Can y'all see that good? You good, right? Okay. Thank you, Dee. All right. So if we were, that's what you should see, a blank document. Perfect. Now, if you are going to be doing yours this exact same way, you might not use this exact design, but if you're going to be using Microsoft Word and you don't typically use Microsoft Word, I'm going to show you exactly how I do it every single time I use Microsoft Word. Hey, little Kiki. Hey, Miss Victoria. Okay, so now what I would do, I'm just now opening up Microsoft Word. I will go up here to the very top and I will stretch my margins. Let me undo that. I'll wait till it's like a little double arrow thing and I will stretch my margins all the way out like this. So the first thing I do is stretch my margins out. Hey, Monique, thank you for being here. Okay, and then the next thing I would do is I would go to the layout tab. So the first thing, open Word. Second thing, stretch out the margins. Third thing, go to layout. So I'm going to go to the layout and I'm going to change my orientation to landscape. Okay. And once I change the orientation to landscape, you see that my margins, if you look at the top right and left, everything is stretched out. And the reason why I do that, thank you, Carla. Your word isn't like that. Brenda, update yourself. Update yourself. Okay. All right. We're not on word 7. We're on word 11. Okay. Anyway, so now because this film is A4, the size of this film is A4. When I go up here to my size, right here where it says margins, orientation, size, I'm going to choose A4. So right here where it says A4. Now let me stop sharing for 1 second because I want y'all to really grasp what I just said. Let me stop sharing for 1 second because I want y'all to really understand what I just said right there. So this sheet of paper right here, right? This is a regular 8.5 by 11 size sheet of paper, right? So if I was going to be printing out a letter to send to one of you, hello, YouTube watcher, how does it hold up in the wash? I get tired of answering that, right? If I was going to be writing a letter to you that said that, I will be using a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. But this film, this DTF film is A4, right? So, and this A4 is not the same size as 8.5 by 11. So what I think from some of you, not most of you, some of you people, you're not changing your paper size. So if you look, you see how much longer this is? See that it's longer. So, and when you don't change your paper size and you try to send the film through, it doesn't print all the way, or it is not recognizing the paper because your printer is looking for 8.5 by 11. Okay. Yes. Not letter size. Okay. How y'all feeling so far? It's hard for you to see what I'm doing. Why? Austina. Yes. Why is it hard for you to see what I'm doing? Hey, Bobby. Okay. All right. So I'm going back into Microsoft Word. I've already shown you how I resize mine, and I'm making sure that my paper size is A4 because I'm using film, not paper. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Let's go back to Word. If you came in and you did not go ahead and like the video, please take care of that. Please take care of that. Okay, let me change that view to that. Okay. Fuzzy on your end, very blurry. I don't know how I can fix that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Austina. You're not even in trouble, Ernique. Okay. So now I'm back in Word, and I'm going to go to my file. I'm going to upload. I'm going to look for that design. So I'm going to go to open, and I'm going to look for my blue gnomes. Let me look for my blue gnomes. That was a design bundles file. Hopefully I have it saved somewhere good. If I don't, I'm going to have to just upload that other one I already had. Let me see if I can find it. No. Where might it go? I'm going to have to just use one I already have because I didn't see it. Wait, let's see. Dang it. No. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm just going to have to go back. And I'm just going to have to open this file. Okay, so it's the same thing. I'm sorry. To fix the fuzzy. Hey, Craftable Things, thank you for being here. Okay, so here's the file, right? Like if pretend like I showed you like that I just downloaded the file or added it to my document here, right? So this file came from Design Bundles, and I should have it linked below the video. I hope it is linked below the video. Okay. So when the file comes in, it's going to be much smaller than this. Like it might look like this, right? And because I have my margins stretched all the way out, then I just stretch the file out as big as I want it to, because I want to be able to move it and make it big on my screen. So like right here, I can, make it wider, because all of this is that A4 size. How will Design Space work with that large machine? Okay. All right. So we're still good. If we look at the size, remember it's still on the A4. Okay. Now, if you were using a bigger printer, like if you were using an Epson EcoTank 15,000, or if you had a different brand of large format printer, then you could always change the paper size to A3, which is the bigger film. Okay. All right. Click on the video. Oh yeah, you can do that. Okay. So I'm on A4. Now I'm going to print it at this size right here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to go to my file. I'm going to go to print. And I wish there was a way for me to make this bigger, but I don't think there is. But right here, I have my printer selected. It's my Epson EcoTank 2760 series printer. But before I go there, before I go into my printer settings, I want you to pay attention to this, all of this right here. So right here, mine is on print one side. I didn't change anything, whether or not it's collated. My landscape is on, my orientation is on landscape. Right here for paper size, make sure yours matches. It should say A4. Right here for last custom margin settings, I just changed mine to 0.2 on all four sides. So the top and the bottom are at 0.2. The left and the right are also at 0.2. If you're not printing something that's going to take up the full, thank you, Deborah. If you're not going to print something that's going to take up the full paper or the full size of the film, then you don't have to change your margins. You can just keep yours right where they are, okay? And then right here where it says 1 page per sheet, I didn't change any of that. Okay. Any questions before I go into the printer settings, to my printer properties? How y'all feeling so far? I want y'all to be able to take a screenshot or whatever. Okay. Oh, Brenda, they said if you click on that wheel at the bottom right of the video, you can change the settings for your the quality of the video. Okay, perfect. All right, so now I'm going into printer properties. And if you look at my printer properties, I wish there was a way for me to make this bigger, but I don't think I can. So hopefully you can put your eyeballs on the screen or something like that. Right here where it says document size, that matches, right? A4, because my film size is A4. You don't have to have this borderless right here. You don't have to have it like that. But my orientation is on landscape. My paper type is on photo paper glossy. Thank you, Maria. Photo paper glossy. Okay, thank you, David. All right, the quality is high. I have the color just right there on color. What's your color? Color. Lord have mercy, y'all so crazy. Okay, two-sided printing is off. I did not change any of this right here. I do keep my print preview on. The reason why I keep my print preview on is because I want to preview my print. Lizzie, you late. You need to refresh. Okay, so now you have these settings. Can I go to You can zoom in with your fingers. Yeah, I'm on a desktop, Russ. It's not glossy. It's not glossy, Maria. The film that I use is are you saying the are you talking about the film or just the settings, Maria? Thank you, Patrice, for saying that. Okay, so if y'all are good with this, I'm going to go to the next tab. You can replay it as many times as you want to, Lynetta. All right, so I'm going to go to the next tab because I don't think anybody has a question. The film itself is not glossy. It actually looks pretty dull. Okay, so I'm going to the next tab. This tab right here where it says more options, I want to click on that. Now right here where it says document size, the document size is still what? A4. Now, if you were using a different size film, for example, if you were using A3 film, you would be making sure that your settings match everywhere, that they match in Microsoft Word and that they match as soon as you get to your printer settings. No matter what size paper you're using, you want to make sure it matches everywhere there's a paper size that's mentioned, then yours should match. Okay. I'm doing well. Thank you, Lori. Okay, so output paper, same as document size. For color correction, I have mine on custom, and then I click advanced, and my color controls, I just keep mine right here. I don't ever adjust mine because, just being honest, I'm not sure what the settings will look like, and I don't have extra ink and film and stuff to just be wasting. Like, I'm just testing this out. I don't have any, I don't I don't just be testing. Milo, do we test stuff out? We don't? Okay. Milo said we don't. So these are my settings. Adobe RGB. The gamma is at 2.2, and all of my little indicators or whatever these are called, these controls are just right there in the middle. Okay. Now in my video where I did the sublimation DTF hack on a black shirt, I had to adjust the density, but I didn't adjust the density here. I don't have to. It's going to print out just fine. Okay. So I'm going to, Tracy, I knew you were going to love the blue. All right. So I have my mirror image on. High speed is off. Make sure high speed is off. Now, let's just say, for example, that I love these settings and I don't ever want to get rid of these settings. I can save these settings, right? I can click right here. See where I'm hovering right here? In the top left, see where I'm hovering? Hovering, hovering. Hey, Kristen, thank you for being here. See where I'm hovering? Bueller, 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 hovering, 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 hovering. Yes, perfect. Okay, so I can click right here and I can name this. So I can say this is my A4 DTF hack. And I can give it a little icon right here. I can just give it this little blue icon, and then I can click save. Once I do that, I never have to change these settings again, or I never have to update this again if I'm going to be using these exact same settings on a different image. Okay, so then I can close this. And if I look down here, here's my A4 DTF hack. And it has all of those settings saved. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to click print. And once I click print, Nothing is going to print. It's just going to show me a print preview. Hold on for a second, y'all, because Peter left the front door open. Hold on 1 second. Come here. Peter! You left the front door open. The front door is open. Milo's about to make a mad dash. You gonna make a mad dash?
I wouldn't be mad.
You gonna make a mad dash? Okay. Okay. So once I click print, it's just gonna show me my print preview, right? So there's my print preview. And then now once I click print, I'm gonna run over to my printer and I'm gonna show you what that is going to look like from the printer. Okay, so let me stop sharing for a second. How y'all feeling? Do not have Word, gonna have to check it in. But you can also do this. Do you have Google Chrome? Because you can also do this from like a Google Doc. You can also do it from Cricut Design Space. I think you can do it from Design Space. There's no fast print, but good print slower. Okay, so with this film, in my opinion, it's, for me, it's hard to tell once I take this out which side is right? So once I take it out, I'm like, I don't remember which side was right. So once I take it out, because on here it tells you, let me see, all print sides are placed uniformly facing up. So once you pull it out of here, the print side is already facing up, right? So once I take this out, like if you look right here, this is the print side. And in my printer, that's the side that needs to be facing me, okay? So I'm gonna take, I don't know where my logo is. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put this in my printer. Then I'm gonna run back over here and I'm gonna show you what it looks like, okay? All right, so I'm taking this out and I'm gonna make sure that once I put this in my printer, this side is gonna be facing me. Now, this is also the time that I'm gonna, before I even do that, I'm also gonna make sure that I have my tray ready, I have my paper ready. I'm not gonna be like trying to get ready, right? You stay ready. You don't just be trying to get ready, okay? Okay. You can do it from Silhouette Studio, okay? So you see I have all of my stuff. And then when it's time for me to put the powder on here, I'll turn on the other camera so you can see what that looks like, okay? All right, so I'm going over to my printer, but I'm gonna come back. Right, Mike, now we coming right back. Let's see. We're on a little field trip. We're going on a trip in your favorite rocket ship. Going through the sun. Little, hey. Okay. See my printer? See the paper? The film is in there. Y'all don't worry about my stuff right there. But you see that? We're good? Okay, so I'm going back to the other side. I'm gonna click print. Because it's just on print preview. I'm gonna have to run back. So I have some other sheets behind it just to make sure that the printer knows that it's some film in there, that it's something in there. Diana. This is gonna take a minute, but I want y'all to see it. I need to get closer. That good. So there's my 15,000. Thank you, Ross. Look, this is gonna take a minute, but you'll be able to see it. Going through the sky, little Einsteins. Y'all don't worry about this. Got so much going on, it ain't even funny. It ain't even funny. I'm using sublimation ink. I showed my ink. I use Hippo. I know that's a weird angle, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a weird angle. I'm sorry. That's a weird angle. Oh, yeah. Because I don't use the David, I agree. Because I don't use the fast mode, which I don't. Delonda, you heard it. You heard it. You know I'm be on American Idol. This will be my formula. You bought the Sawgrass 500. Absolutely. You plan to try to get 2720. Okay. Because I don't use fast mode, you know, it's going to take a while, but I don't ever use fast mode. Probably be faster if you, so this will probably be faster on your Sawgrass Crafting Alley. Tracy, you heard me. You heard the talent. Delonda, otherwise known as the talent. Delonda, what do you call you? The talent. Do you have any problems with the wheel lines? I don't, June. But watch when I say that, it's going to come out filled with lines because you said that, June. Y'all, please like the video as you're watching this print. We'll see if there are any wheel lines. Oh, one thing I didn't say. Hey, Levi Apparel. So on this, on this printer, you want to have this tray pulled out because once this film comes out, that ink is going to be super wet. And if you don't have the tray pulled out, then the film could fall and then it'll be, you know, it'll mess up. So make sure you have that tray pulled out. Okay. Do you find prints from sub printer is better than a converter printer? I only have these. I don't have a Sawgrass because the way my bank account is set up, it's not set up for that. The bank account is not set up for that. The bank account is not set up for that. Okay? Okay. The bank account is not set up for that. Okay. We're gonna see if we got lines, but I haven't had a problem with the lines. You use Cosmo ink, as that is the first one I heard of 3 years ago. Okay. Yeah, Nani. We're not on we're not on Sawgrass. The only Sawgrass I know is the mall. Sawgrass Mills Outlet Mall. Baby, where is the Levi's store? How y'all feeling? I mean, bi-directional printing can create lines. Okay. Crafting Sawgrass says easy sublim. Yeah. Wanda, you heard it. So, Dee, one thing that I did do when I printed from here, when I was using the large film, look at me over here just talking, not looking in the right place because I think I'm supposed to be, wait, where's the camera? think the camera's right here. So when I was 7, no, what I have found, Dee Dee, is if you decrease the density, that helps with the lines. Is it just the film coming through the printer? That's correct, Brenda. Nothing is coming through but that one sheet of film. You have 15,000. Oh, Gloria, you rich. You need my you want to claim me? Gloria, you rich. I know. Hey, Marilyn. Gloria is rich. Gloria is rich. Gloria is rich. She got a lot of money. She got a lot of money. She got a lot of money. Okay. It's finished printing. Let's look at it. Do we see any lines? Do we see any lines? Let me see. Do we see any lines? Do we? Do we? Bueller. Okay, going over to the other camera. Y'all don't need to go on. You don't need to go on a field trip. Turn it back around for 1 second. And we're going to turn on the what? Of the camera. No lines, right? Okay, so now we can turn this back on and we will, let me do that like that. We'll turn on this, let's see. Go there. So here's my image. It's in the tray, right? I have it in the tray. And for all of my prayer warriors, I'll put on these gloves. Delonda, I'm praying for you, honey, because I saw you were on there. You ain't even have on no gloves. You ain't have on no mask. I got on 2 gloves, not 1 glove, 2 gloves. Bam, baby. Right? Okay. So here's my powder. Bam. Decrease the density and print slower to eliminate the lines. Yes, Tracy, you can decrease the density, which will decrease the amount of ink that's coming out. So this is, oh, let me turn on my heat press. So at this point, I would turn on the heat press on 385. And I would, now the HTVRONT heats up fast, in my opinion. I'm gonna do 40 seconds. All right, so let me, this is how I do it. This not, you know, everybody does it their way. I'm doing it the way that I know that works for me. Because when you do it, you're gonna do it what? The way that works for you. So I'm closing it up. Take it, and I'm just gonna shake it back and forth. So the whole thing is being coated with that powder. And then shake off the excess. Like you don't need all that excess powder on there. I'm gonna stop this camera for a second, and I'm also going to take these gloves off, because if y'all wasn't on here, I wouldn't have on these gloves. DTF with any sublimation print. I would say yes. I would say yes. Hi, Pauline. Okay. So this is what the image, can y'all see that? Like you can see the powder on there, right? Y'all see that really good? I'm trying to get up close. Yes, Velda, I'm sure. Now, but when I did it with the poly blend, I don't feel like mine came out nice. You heat it up after the powder is on there. Okay, so now I'm having it powering on, well, heating up. So you see how light the image is? Like you see it looks nice, but I want you to like really get a visual image of what this looks like, because once it starts to sit under this heat press, y'all see that good? I'm just going to open this up and I'm going to let it sit here on this plate. And I'm going to close this. I don't know where this little piece of carton came from, but okay, so I'm going to close this. It's just going to sit there. And I don't have mine on auto. So, you know, if you are just getting this heat press right here and you don't know how to turn the auto off so that it, you know, like it doesn't automatically start to press as soon as you close it, then make sure you press the R. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Colleen. I had already said hi to Gloria. Okay. So how y'all feeling so far? Dimps. So it's just going to sit there for a few. I'm going to let it sit. And then this is what I would be doing if y'all were not on here. I would take this butcher paper. And the reason why I have this big tray, let me put it back on that camera so you can see it. See how I just folded this paper up? I will open this bag back up and I will pour that powder right back in this bag. So I'll just and then it's ready to go again. Michelle, you can watch it as many times as you want to. Please watch it, Michelle, from the, what we're going to say? From the ruler to the tutor. Michelle, you made me say that. I didn't want to say that. Watch it from the ruler to the tutor. Watch it from the ruler to the tutor. So it's just sitting there, like it's just melting that powder. How you feeling right now? You don't feel super good. You feel super good. Yeah, you told Miss Victoria you had to get some shots. You told Miss Victoria you had to get some shots. Yeah. Get back. Get back. Go back. Go. Go back over here. Go. Move. 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 So let's look at it. Thank you. So I would still let it sit there a little bit longer because it's still heating up anyway. It's only on 330 degrees. How did you know what I was typing? Did I know what you were typing? I don't know what you were typing. Okay, so it's just sitting there for a minute. This is the shirt I'm gonna use. I have it's darker than this, but it's still heavy cotton, so whatever. This one is a medium. I know, Kristen. Madison and Morgan said he was crying so much, but he's been so quiet that he had a really bad ear infection. And I don't know how he got it. That's what I wanted to know, but I couldn't take him. I was at work. Oh, that's the same question. What was the question? What question did I miss? Something is flashing. Oh, that light is flashing. Let me turn that light off. Sublimation never come out dark, still trying. Oh. Weird. Okay, so it's on 363. Oh, now it's like really, really dark. It's looking good. So let me let y'all see how dark it is. Remember how light it was at first? See how dark it is now? See it? See how dark it is? It looks good. But I'm gonna still let it heat up to 385. Her baby is her dog. I was like to myself. Yeah, that's good and dark. Yeah. All the lights are flashing. Let me just turn off that light too. It's because of this heat press. We're gonna be in the dog, Delonda after dark, baby. Milo, we're gonna be Delonda after dark? We're gonna be Delonda after dark? Yeah. Hey, it's your girl Delonda coming to no. Do I normally do a second coat? No. How many times did I pop it? Once. Y'all can still see me. It's not bad lighting. I was flashing, right? Now this normally does not take this long to heat up, but it's doing too much. But this is good and dark right here. So I suggest letting it get nice and dark, right? Look how dark that is, right? And so I know that powder is completely melted on there. I'm not good at this, but the powder is completely melted. So now I'm good with this. Even though the temperature hasn't reached 385, I'm still good with that, right? So what I'm gonna do is take my shirt, no Milo, and I'm gonna get a crease down the middle. I just have it folded in half, shoulder to shoulder, and I'm gonna get a crease down the middle. I press the R because I don't have mine on auto. Have a crease down the middle. Having a crease down the middle lets me know where the middle is. Wait, Delonda, why do you do that to get a crease down the middle? So I can know where the middle is. Okay. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this side on the shirt. This is the side that has the powder. This side does not have any powder. This is the other side. So the side with the powder goes on the shirt. And you want to put it where? In the middle. Oh, good. I'm glad everybody's lights do that. Don't worry. Gloria Harris is going to get all of us some better lighting because she has two Epson 15,000s. I'm going to use 2 pieces of heat-resistant tape just to keep it taped down. And I'm going to use my Teflon sheet on top. Now my temperature still has not reached 385, but I think it's okay. It's on 368. Oh, hey, Steven. Is it Steven? Steven. Flash because the room you're working in has wiring that doesn't support the strong power other person needs. Yeah. Kelly, tell that to my husband. Read my message on them. What's your message on them? Oh, okay. Good. I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay. It does not require a sheet on the inside, though. Oh my God. Y'all know it's already looking good. It's already looking really, really good. Okay, so I am going to take this off the heat press and I'm gonna let it cool down. So this is what it looks like so far, right? And I'm just let it cool down. Cool down. Cool down. Cool down. Steven. Perfect. Thank you. Steven. Let it cool down. Cool down. Cool down. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. Thank you, Michelle. Please give me a like. That would be great. That would be amazing. All right, so I'm letting it cool down, but I'm not even gonna get to like a warm peel. I'm gonna let it get completely cool. So like if, let's just say I was just here without you, I would put it on this chair and I would go do other stuff. I'll be cleaning up and, you know, walking around, checking on stuff, eating candy. That's what I would be doing, right? So I'm gonna let it cool down all the way, cool down. Are you comfortable right there? Right where I want to stand? Okay, good. This dog is entitled. Do you understand me? He feels that he can just sit wherever he wants to sit. Okay, so now I have not ever seen my HTVRONT take this long to heat up because to me, it normally heats up fast. I'm very surprised that it's still not on 385. It's a cold peel. I did it for 40 seconds, Velda. Really, I would have typically done 385 for 40 seconds. I would have typically done 385 for 40 seconds, but it still hasn't reached 385. Right now it's on 372. I did it for the first time, made the shirts for the 4th. Didn't I wash my shirt first? Someone else said they washed them. I don't wash mine first. I know, David, I agree. I don't, thank you, Kelly. I don't wash mine first. But y'all make sure I wash them last. How does it hold up in a wash? How does it hold up in a wash? That's what they say, my low hand. Okay, so I think it's cooled down enough. It's like cool, right? Let me peel it so you can see it. Because I don't want y'all to, you know, be wondering, like, I wish she would have showed us what it looked like when she peeled it. Because we do what? Peel it and reveal it. Go to that. All right. Can y'all see that? Is that good? Is it crooked? I hope it's not. Okay. So here's the shirt. It's completely cooled down. It's a good view. Spanky, that's them. Wash ninjas. Okay, so I'm getting ready to peel it. Look at that. Bam, baby. Look at that. Right? So now that I've done that, I'm going to go back over here to the heat press. And I'm going to press it again. But this time I'm going to put the parchment paper on top. Milo? Parchment paper. I'll just press it. I'm not going to let it go for 40 seconds. Maybe 15 seconds is plenty. Just thought about how much I was sweating at the beginning. Y'all stuck in that thing too. We had sound, but we also had what? Sweat. Felt like Richard Simmons. Baby. Ooh, it looks so good. It looks so good. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. All right, this is what it looks like. Y'all see that? That's what it looks like. This is the sublimation DTF hack. Okay. So with the inkjet, it's only going to keep that black ink. The other ink is going to wash away if you do it with your inkjet printer. Now, before we close out, I want to show y'all one more thing. Thank you. Look, I love it so much. I get so excited. I want to show y'all one other thing in case this has happened to you. You'll know what to do. Let me show you what happened, what was happening before I went live. Milo, we have to show them what was happening before we went live. Do we have to show them what was happening before we went live? Yeah, we gotta show them. So before I went live, I was doing test prints because I don't want to waste your time. I always want to feel like I'm ready. And when I first did a test print, it only printed like half the paper, right? So it would just stop in the middle. And I have my printers directly connected to my computer. So it was confusing me, and it was also making me upset. So I was saying some words to these machines that y'all don't need to know about, okay? But it happened more than once. So it did it here, and then it even did it here. It got to like this. And I was like, what is going on? So if this happens to you, let me tell you what I did that fixed it, okay? And if you have already seen everything you need to see and you're not worried about this because your printer is amazing and fantastic and you have 15,000s, thank you for joining me and good night. But if you're like me and this just might happen to you, let me show you what I did to... Do you have to use parchment paper? I didn't use parchment paper the first time I did this, Michelle, and this one still came out nice, but I think that parchment paper, just from being on this journey now, I think it kind of like seals the deal. So now I don't do the DTF hack without doing parchment paper. Okay, that's just what has worked for me. All right, so let me show y'all in case you're interested, and I will not be offended if you don't care. Okay, I just want to show you in case you do care. Okay, so let me hide this. Let me bring this down. So right here at the bottom of my screen, can y'all see where I'm hovering right here? At the bottom of my screen. See if y'all can see that. Does it feel flat? It feels like it's in there, Linda. Okay, so y'all see that? So down here, I just clicked on printers, right? So if you have a Windows, operating system, you just type in printers. And so you'll see my printers and scanners will come up, right? The printer that I use is my Epson EcoTank 2760. So what I did was I went to this printer right here, and then I went to printing preferences. Not here. Let me cancel that. I went to printer properties. Hold on, blind. Let me see. Yeah, I went to printer properties, and then I went to preferences, and I made sure that the preferences here matched what I set up in Microsoft Word. Because for some reason, and I don't know why, y'all don't need this camera on. For some reason, the settings here didn't match. And so when the settings from Word and here didn't match, that was the reason why my image was being cut off. Because once I went into the settings from my actual printer settings and I fixed it there, I didn't have that problem again. Okay. So I made sure that my document size was on A4, that all of my settings that I had already set up in Microsoft Word matched. Okay. So if that happens to you and yours only prints out half a sheet or a fourth of a sheet, and you're wondering why, it could be because it doesn't match in both places. Okay. Because once I Once I checked that or I changed that, I didn't have a problem anymore. Okay. Thank you. Hard way. Make sure they match. I know it's weird, Kristen, because I didn't change it. It really should have matched, but that's what was happening to me. And you know, when that happens, you're wasting film because I can't use it. You can't use it anymore once that happens. Paper style? What do you mean paper style, Kelly? What do you mean? For the paper that I chose in my settings for this film, I chose photo paper glossy because, oh, and there's another thing on your printer too. No, Gloria, you're more richer. Don't y'all think it's funny when people say more and they still add the ER? You're more stronger. You're more smarter. The word more means you don't need the ER at the end. Okay? Okay. But on your printer, on the actual printer, make sure that the paper setting on the actual printer matches too. Because that's another thing that trips people up is that they don't change the paper size on the printer. You know what? Do you know what I'm saying? Blame my printer because it isn't connected. Yeah. I'm wearing the watch. Okay. All right. I'm glad y'all got it. Did we accomplish our goal? Can you use butcher paper? I have found that the butcher paper will stick to the shirt. So I don't. Oh, and then somebody asked that I need to put something inside the shirt, and I want to show you the inside. No, you don't. So here's the shirt. Here's the inside. Nothing is there. Okay. Thank you, Gloria. Your printer will not print photo glossy for 11 by 17. So for 11 by 17, what I found, Gloria, is that Gloria? Who is that? Oh, Dee Dee. What I have found for the 11 by 17 is that first you got to choose A3, right? Because it's not 11 by 17. If you're using the larger film, the same way that this doesn't match this, like this is 8.5 by 11, and this is what I forgot what 8.6 by 11.7, something like that. These two are not the same, right? So the 11 by 17 paper is not the same size as the larger film. You understand what I'm saying? HTVRONT. If I'm just trying to do like an image on a dark shirt, if I just want to do like sublimation hack on a dark shirt, I like the HTVRONT, the new one. I think it's good. I really do. 8.3 by 11.7. Yes. So it's more narrower. Milo, you just bargained for nothing? Okay, cool. I like that. All right. After dark, baby. Okay, y'all good? Okay. You can go back and watch, and we don't do half watching now. You gotta watch from the what? Rooter to the tutor. From the beginning to the end, baby. Okay? We don't do middle watching, half watching. We watch from the beginning, from the sweat to the cool down. You want to see my dog? My life. The people want to see you. They want to see my dog. They said he's overweight, y'all. Be here tomorrow. Okay, let's turn around so we can answer the people. Stand up. Y'all, sometimes he does the most. Hold on. hi to the people. You say hi to the people? You say hi to the people? Say hi. You got a little ear infection? It's super bad. Can you hear what I'm saying? Can you hear what I'm saying? Can you hear what I'm saying? You say hi to Colleen? You say hi to Miss Victoria? You say hi to Nani? Yeah. You being super good? You just bark for nothing? Okay. Say I bark for nothing. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. I wonder. He's getting heavy. I want to know if you want to. You want something? You want a treat? Untreat you? He doesn't. Untreat? He doesn't. You want to give you a treat? You can't hear me? You can't hear my baby. You're not doing it. That's not our relationship. I already got a man. We're not. My grammar was more gooder. Okay, so we got it, right? Learn how to do the sublimation DTF hack. He doesn't feel good. I'm telling you, he got so many. They say he got like 4 shots. There's Morgan. We learned how to do the hack, right? And hopefully y'all are able to follow the process. And you don't have a question about how to get the film to go through the printer. Because people, Delonda, my film won't go through the printer. It's not recognizing the film. Change it to photo paper glossy. I was in the middle of answering a question. And that question was about the 11 by 17. So first of all, change your paper size, right? Because that would be the A3. If you're using the big film like this, he doesn't feel good, y'all. Oh, that's why he was barking. He heard Morgan. He heard her coming in. 1 second, let me get that film. One second, let me get the film. La 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 la. Let me show you. So if you're using this big film, right? Morgan, say hi to come say hi to the people. She just got off from work. Right? So if you're using this big film right here, and you know how I was showing you my settings in Word, you would change your settings to how I changed mine to A4, you would be changing yours to A3. That's what this is, okay? So if you have been trying to do it and you're like, my 11 by 17 is not. It's not 11 by 17, okay? It's A3. Okay? All right. All right, so let me say my safe. Y'all can go on. And I'm going to do what? Eat dinner. Right? Okay. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. I know that when you give somebody your time, it's equivalent to your treasure. And I appreciate you giving me your time. I want to remind y'all how I feel about road rage. Y'all, road rage is a serious thing, but it is a senseless act.
Yeah, it is a senseless act.
And what else am I going to say?
Do not partake in it because it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
If someone is trying to go around you, assume they got to use the bathroom and it's not number 1.
Okay.
And it's not solid number 2.
Who raised these kids? Wolves. She's done. Hey, she's fired.
Hey,
she got hired and fired on the same day. Okay? I don't know who raised them, David. Who? Marilyn. Take her and the dog. Okay. Anyway, yeah.
You got the gist.
Just don't get involved with road rage. Turn your music up. Keep your head forward. Don't give anybody no fingers. What we call them what? Red light special. You don't need a red light special. No fingers, no You know, nothing. We're not doing any hand gestures, no looking, no eye, nothing, nothing. Keep your eyes on the road and you will do what? Arrive alive. Get there where you're going, even if it means you're going to be late. If you have to pull over because somebody wants to go around, let them go around you. It's just not worth it. Y'all, it's not worth it. Okay? Y'all be good to one another. People are going through stuff that we don't even know, right? People are going through stuff. People are trying to survive, right? Some people are thriving, some people are surviving. And we have to be careful about how we interact with people because you just never know what somebody is going through, right? You can be the reason why somebody smiles, right?
I gave some of my pizza today.
You gave somebody your pizza?
Homeless man.
Oh,
my leftovers.
That was nice.
On my way home.
So
I didn't finish my pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it to him. He was like, God bless.
Where were you?
On the way home.
You just stopped.
He was standing outside asking for money.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I got pizza.
Okay.
He was like, yes, please.
That was nice. Okay. Bye, y'all. Go back and watch the video in case you missed it. Hope you learned how to do the sublimation DTF hack. I asked y'all, did I ask y'all if the goal was accomplished? If I didn't, I told you we accomplished it. But did we accomplish it? Hopefully we accomplished it. Yes, right? Damn, Lord, have mercy. We accomplished it. Okay. All right. All right. Thank y'all so much. Bye, y'all. If y'all didn't like it, go back and like it. Okay? Bye, y'all. You're doing the most. The most. Bye, y'all.